All right, everybody, welcome to episode 9 of the TCP podcast. Episode 9. We're doing our first video cast here, so y'all get to see, yeah, I know, right? Y'all get to see our Brady Bunch reactions going on, looking at each other through the different screens. But I'm your host, Mackay.
Oh, well, I'm Phil then.
Old man Cam here, of course.
And I'm Kaiser.
All right, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with a topic that is actually a lot of fun. I don't know if y'all have played this game or own it yet, but we're gonna talk about the success of Super Mario Maker 2, but specifically the success of Super Mario Maker 2 in like the media, because I don't know if y'all have seen, but like Wendy's is tweeting out levels that are themed after nuggets, fries.
Yeah,
in the
Arby's
sky.
Arby's tweeted out their level.
Arby's.
Their level.
Right?
Yeah.
Different, and obviously, different content creators and things like that are doing it too. But what you guys think about that? I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
I've been so surprised.
Well, I've been following Mario Maker. I bought my roommate last year had a Wii U, and I was like, we gotta get Super Mario Maker because he turned me on to Dashi Games, and Dashi puts out a Mario Maker episode every Saturday, and I watch it. It ranges from like 30 minutes to an hour. It's great. But I've been watching that for like a year and a half now, and then Super Mario Maker 2 came out, and it's like a lot more like features and stuff. So I'm not really surprised by it, but I guess surprised that like Wendy's and Arby's and stuff are getting into it. It's kind of weird.
I just
See, I'm not. Go ahead, Phil.
I just keep thinking like it's so crazy how big this got so quickly. I don't know if I just missed the wave on the first Mario Maker.
You did.
But
Oh, completely.
like, and I've seen content, and I was like, this is really cool. But anytime I've seen someone like in person try to do it, I'm like, yeah, you're trash. This level's stupid. There's no way to beat it, and there's really not. So watching some of the levels that people have made for Mario Maker 2, I was like, dude, this is stupid. I was just watching one where a majority of the level was the little the fireballs that just rotate.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You guys have seen this? I was like, Jesus, seriously? And people are like killing these levels. They're just like, no, I finished that one easy. That was like a first try one. I was like,
there are specific YouTubers out there like Ryukar who just like legitimately plays these levels that the community makes that are deemed
hard,
unbeatable, and he will do like 400 runs of it before he beats it.
Well, here's the thing. So, just going back to the first Mario Maker, I have the first Mario Maker, and I remember it being a huge deal. The problem with the first Mario Maker is that it was on the Wii U,
yes,
and nobody had a Wii U. So, the people that had it loved it. Like the Mario Maker community is probably one of the biggest communities on the Wii U, and so when they announced it for the Switch, I was like, this is probably going to be big. So none of this really surprises me at all, especially Arby's, because if you follow Arby's advertising, they put game stuff out all the time. Like they're always anime, games, comics. They always advertise those kind of things or toward those kind of things. So when I saw Arby's, I was like, of course Arby's would be the first one I saw that put one out.
Right.
wait. You follow Arby's as a group? Like they're
They
advertising
have the
Yeah.
meats.
Yeah,
for sandwiches.
They do have the meats.
They had to change that. For
No.
sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Just
Yeah,
Ving
they-
Rhames saying we have the meats.
Dude, it's so weird seeing that commercial now because, dude,
love
like
it.
you know, someone they called someone like, no, we're getting a lot of questions. Like you have to say 4 sandwiches now.
And then they got the guy who voices Bob on Bob's Burgers.
Right,
saying,
he's on there now.
sandwiches.
I was like, dude, word. Who
Look,
called that in?
It's awesome.
Arby's marketing department is doing some work. They're putting in work.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll tell you right now, just how the world works and everything's always listening. I'm pretty sure you'll get some Arby's advertisement tomorrow on Facebook or something, and I'm pretty sure it'll be video game related.
Oh yeah.
Like they make things out of condiments, or they take their boxes and cut them up into characters and stuff whenever new games come out. It's dope. It's really a
It's
fire
pretty cool.
thing.
It is.
Yeah, that is nice.
They've done Final Fantasy. They've done. I think they did Crash Bandicoot. They did Spyro. They did Mario Kart. They've done. Also, the Mario Maker one is a question mark block.
Like I said, they do anime too. When
Yeah, they do.
Dragon Ball Super came out, they had like a whole Dragon Ball like diorama with like 3 or 4 characters in it. I mean, I don't really watch the show, but I'm saying that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
One
Definitely.
day we're gonna have the conversation about Dragon Ball, guys. We're gonna have this conversation.
All right, I'm down.
And we're gonna get a lot, or I'm gonna get a lot of hate for what I say. But not today.
I will too, because I'll agree with you probably.
Yeah, I've never watched it, so.
Wow.
I do. Yeah, I know, right?
Like ever, even as a kid,
Nah.
It happens.
you're not missing much.
I do
You're not
want
missing that
to
much.
drop a little surprise announcement. So,
Ooh.
do y'all have the game? Do y'all have Super Mario Maker 2?
I
not.
do not.
Okay. So, my brother-in-law Christian
Christian.
is very shout out to Christian. Is very interested in creating fun and hard levels for Mario Maker, and I am terrible at Mario Maker or just Super Mario in general. But what we're going to end up doing is it'll either be every Monday or every other Monday. It will be Mario Maker Monday on the TCP channel, and each week will be a specific themed. So our first theme levels are going to be Chain Chomped themed. So be on the lookout for that on our YouTube channel within the next coming weeks. He's also graciously said that he wouldn't mind playing some of the levels as well, because I don't know if I will be able to beat them. So,
If it's like the first Mario Maker, you have to be able to beat your own stage in order to upload it.
it is.
So, yeah.
However, that's incredibly difficult sometimes.
Yeah. Look, I made one stage in the original game, and I beat it. Like, I made it, and I knew what to do, so I beat it pretty easily.
Yeah.
But it's sitting right at a good butter zone of about 10 to 15% completion,
Yeah.
which is like, I'm like, yes, that's how it should be. That's how a hard level should be to me, for me. Everybody shouldn't be able to beat it, but if you know what you're doing, it shouldn't be that bad.
Right. Right. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. Mario Maker Mondays are coming to our channel soon. And we'll, yeah, we'll have fun with that. So,
See, so there's something that you won't know what we're laughing about.
unless you watch the video.
Unless you watch the videos on YouTube.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
so
Okay.
moving on to our second topic for the evening.
While we're in this little thing, I want to make a little announcement
For sure. Go ahead.
for what might be coming soon to Twitch for the cricket
Yes.
party. I
Little
made
plug.
it little Prime Day investment.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
HD60s.
The 60s.
So
Getting a little thirsty for that over here. What?
I had the old Elgato. Rest in peace. It still works. I'm gonna give it to my friend, but
Nice.
it only did. I think it only streamed at like 720. I think.
Oh,
but it was
yeah,
only
'cause
it was only
you-
30 frames. But
You have the first one. Mine
Yeah.
is. I have the second one that does 1080 at 30 frames, I believe.
yeah, so this one's 1080 at 60, so it's gonna be a lot better, much better quality for the streams and stuff.
Ooh, I can't wait for Sid Meier's in 1080p.
For real, dude. Yo, I got addicted to that game.
Again?
No. Like, I
Oh.
haven't been on the podcast since we talked about it, but I started playing. I got addicted to it. I probably put in like 30 hours one week.
Between then and now?
Maybe more than that, but yeah.
On Sid Meier's Pirates.
Yeah, I was doing like 6 a day.
Bro.
I'd be editing a video or a podcast playing
What?
that. Huh?
Dang.
6 runs?
6
6
hours.
hours a
I,
day.
was like, I hope you don't die that much in the game, dude. We're
Nah,
not that strong.
Nah, Kaiser's
I
good
did-
at games.
we
I
don't
did
even
rebuy it
die.
after me and Kaiser talked about it. I'm not gonna lie. So I do also have it and been playing it on my Xbox.
So good. It aged well. It aged terribly, but it's pretty good.
Graphically, it's mad ugly, but when you play it, it's so
fun.
tight, dude. It's
I love,
so fun.
I love
It's
that
so
description.
deep.
It
It's
aged well. It aged
It aged
terribly.
terribly.
Like this is like back when they put stories into games that were like, it's not like on the surface you don't think it's that deep, but like whenever you're building relationships within the different like factions, they have like French, British, Dutch, and Spanish, and like you like build the relationships and like how they interact with each other, like whether they're at war, at peace, or neutral, like determines how the governors of the towns treat you based on what you've done to the other or their like people. So it's nice.
Hey, the Spanish hate me every game. The Spanish hate me.
I'm with the
every-
Spanish and the French right now.
Word, I'm always with I'm either with the French or the English.
This
And
sounds like
every
a dual podcast to me.
I mean,
Oh,
English.
you're right.
A dual stream right
Ooh.
here.
Ooh.
Well, the problem is they discontinued.
Multiplayer.
Yeah.
So
So
you
like,
could be playing 2 different games at the same time.
oh snap.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like
could be
that
tight.
idea.
That could be tight.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, all right. That's tangent. That's mad tangent.
That's crazy.
Tight.
All right,
Such a
so
fun game.
y'all ready for topic number 2?
Yeah, let's go.
Numero
Topic number
dos.
2.
So this is a callback / throwback / Mackie was right in the last podcast. I don't want to say that, but Mackie was right.
Dude, you were spot on.
So-
And that was literally 2 days
What?
ago. So
I don't know. It's not normally how it goes. Normally, I
Insider
say
training.
They were listening.
Man, I wish. So we discussed the Switch.
It literally
Lite.
went up after the podcast. They were listening.
Yeah, they must have been. So we.
Oh, that's the one Nintendo shouldn't have listened to too. Y'all put in some spicy details about your sharing this. But
I'm putting
go
in the
ahead,
right.
sorry.
I'm putting in the right tags here on
Okay.
the. But so we discussed the Switch Lite in depth, and then Phil asked me, "Do you think they'll ever come out with a Switch Pro?" And my answer was, no, that's not Nintendo. I think what they'll end up doing is a mild refresh, either under the rug or saying that it's the new Switch, and it will have better battery life and maybe some different colored Joy-Cons, and that's about it. And guess what they announced? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting a refresh Switch. Not a new name, but a new box.
and the battery life is touted to be like 70-80% stronger.
Yeah, like we're talking 4.5 to 9 hours.
Yeah, that's what they're touting. What
Kaiser's going nuts.
with Kaiser? But the kicker, the real kicker here, is that the cost will be exactly the same.
Yeah,
But it's a new box.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
it is a
No,
new
but it's
box.
better battery life. That's the
Which
the
is
real
so
big thing.
weird.
So yeah, new box, same console.
No.
Well, hang on, but
The hardware is the same.
correct.
Yeah.
So
It's exactly
same,
the same. The battery is the only thing that changes.
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So
No.
no
The
new processor.
only change was the battery.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the
I was
only
about-
change is the battery.
All right.
Here's the thing that I think is really good about this is that if you want the original Switch, people are going to be trying to push those off the shelves to make way for the new Switch.
Yes.
Even though it's touted the same thing, the boxes are going to be different.
Yes.
People are going to start like companies are gonna, I think, are gonna start pushing out these older Switches at slightly discounted prices, so they can make way for the new stock.
I wouldn't be surprised. So,
Just
You
watch.
think $100 price drop?
No, not that big.
Maybe
because
20.
the Switch Mini is $100 price drop.
right.
Now,
It's
50 then?
What's been
Not
what?
20.
4 years? 3 years? 3.
3
years.
This is 2 years.
This is
yeah.
their
Oh,
2.5?
they could have.
2.5, something like
They
that?
could have done something with the processor and charged $25-$30 more for it.
Well, that I don't think that's.
Well,
the
I don't think
point.
it's time for that yet.
I know, but
They
like
don't
you're
need to
just
do that.
adding battery life. Why not
I
give us a
think-
1080 screen?
No.
was the
I mean,
point.
technically,
Anyway,
I think can the screen go up to 920 or something like that?
It's
Max?
a 720p.
I thought it could go up to 9.
When it's in docked mode, it can go up to 980.
What? It's not even 1080 when it's docked.
No, you can go. It
It
can
can
go
go
up to
up to
1080. It
1080.
depends on the game.
You can go
Oh.
to 1080.
But yeah, the
I don't-
screen itself is the 720p screen.
I thought it was a 9. I swear I thought it was a 900 or 920p or something like that. Anywho, it doesn't matter
Regardless.
when you're looking at it that small anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
It's crisp.
I don't know. I think it just frustrates. They don't give a lot of options. I don't think for money savvy type
Let
things.
me-
Like you can't buy a Switch without the dock. You know?
You can with the Switch
You
Lite.
can.
Yeah, but you can't buy
Also-
the Switch
also,
without the
You
dock.
can actually.
In
You can go
Japan.
places and buy it.
You
Yeah,
can-
but like they don't. Nintendo doesn't do it.
Yes, they do.
You said-
Oh yeah, you're right. It's
Sort
a 720. You're right. It's 720.
Nintendo in Japan sells the Switch without the dock.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
okay.
Japan,
So
you can buy it dockless.
well, in
but-
Japan, you can do anything. Okay.
But yeah, you can.
Well, you can
What's the price
technically
point on
buy a
that?
Japanese console because they're not region locked.
Nope. A Switch is the Switch is the Switch.
But I don't have any yen.
Fair enough.
Get your guy.
Kaiser, let me tell you about your options though, because they just announced a couple extra options today that are available in October.
Is this a game of options?
It is not. Unfortunately, I thought about doing that, but we are on a bit of a time squeeze. However, they announced 2 new combinations of Joy-Cons. And I say combinations because one of the colors of the right Joy-Con is already out, and that's the neon yellow.
That was weird.
However, it's paired with a dark blue one.
Does the Pro controller have motion control?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, they announced a deep purple and orange combo. And I think those look like fire.
Which is the heater.
That reminds me of
heater.
Run.
All right.
My wife wants it, but she doesn't want to be associated with Clemson.
Yeah.
I'm like, babe, nobody cares.
No.
If you want
That's
it, you
fair.
should get it.
That's fair,
They're
and that is
$80.
accurate. 'Cause
Huh?
Are they always $80?
They are
Unless you
always
get them on
$80.
sale.
The combos, yeah. And they
I got mine on sale for $60.
yeah, they're on sale a lot.
Because the Pro controller is like $50, isn't it?
It's 60.
Pro controllers, no,
70.
but I think it's 80.
Oh,
But
no, it's 80. Yeah, it's 80. That's why I don't have one.
It's on sale a
80.
lot too, though.
Oh my!
it is on
$80.
sale a lot. Because my Smash Brothers one was 80, I
Yeah.
believe.
And I think the special edition ones are $80. But so all of us either have a Switch or have had a Switch before.
Yeah.
Kaiser.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's 70. It's 70. I'm sorry.
I've had my Xbox One it came out in 2014.
Okay.
5 years.
But I'm talking
I
about
bought
the
it.
Switch.
I've bought a controller one time. I purchased a controller. That is crazy. $80.
Well,
It's
You
a
know,
good
color change
controller,
up
first of
controller?
all.
Yeah, but
It's a good controller.
it is.
All right.
They're
It's all
awesome.
right.
It's got motion control. It's got rumble. The best
Yeah.
rumble I've seen in a standard controller. It's got the NFC thing
Really?
on it.
it has a better rumble than the Xbox Ones.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, they're
Better,
it's HD.
better than the elites. Like,
They're more
best-
HD. Okay.
The
It's like
Xbox
Xbox
One's controllers are just motors, and I couldn't tell until I played the Switch and felt its motion control, and then I was like, Oh, okay, yeah.
It's different. It is. But
Because it's not
since
just simple motors.
right,
Yeah.
since
Fair
we've
enough.
all had Switches, have you guys ever experienced Joy-Con drift? Because that is a big thing in the news right now, and everybody's complaining about it, and everybody's saying it's freaking out and blah blah blah. I've never experienced Joy-Con drift, and I'm using the neon yellow Joy-Cons. Oh no, Cam's raising his hand.
Oh yeah, I have.
Oh,
I have three. First of all, I would like to say I have three sets of Joy Cons. I have my original gray Joy Cons. I have the what is blue and pink or blue and red. The reverse. Uh-oh,
oh no,
I
we
think we
lost
lost to
Phil.
Phil.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial on us. They have over 180,000 titles to choose from, and you can listen on your iPhone, Android phone, Kindle, or even your MP3 player. For our listeners, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day free trial in order to give you the opportunity to check out their service. We recommend you check out Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. It's one of our favorites. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/TCP podcast. Again, that's audibletrial.com/TCP podcast for your free audiobook. And now, let's get back to the cast. All right, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Cam was
Hello,
just
hello.
giving us his story about Joy-Con drift. So,
Yes,
Cam, let us know.
Joy-Con drift stories. All right, so like I was saying, I have three separate sets of Joy-Con. I have the original gray that came with my Switch. I have the reverse red and blue. So if you bought the pack, the red and the blue were on the opposite sides,
Right.
as if you bought it with the console. And then my wife bought me the neon yellow ones, the same ones you have, Mackie.
Yeah.
What's the
My
best?
gray ones are the first edition ones, the ones that were having problems out of the box, and so
Yeah.
the drift was apparent very early because they were also having connection issues. I think it has something to do with how things are soldered in or something like that. You could have sent it in and got it fixed. I never did it just because I don't. It's not a big deal to me, but it was weird if you held them too close to your body or if you like moved them in certain spots, your body could cut off the signal from it.
Yeah.
Like it would suck in Breath of the Wild when you're just running along and all of a sudden you get to the edge of a cliff and you want to stop, but Link just keeps running. And
Yeah.
so
I
yeah,
remember the early days.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that was the first one I had. That's the first problem I have. I would also like to say that I've noticed that it always seems to be the right Joy-Con that has the problem. My left Joy-Con has never had an issue. None of my left Joy-Cons.
Interesting.
So the second one, the red and the blue, I don't think it's so much drift as I think the dead zone on my right controller is weird. So it's most noticeable in Mario Kart where you can actually gas with the right stick.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be driving along, holding the button like a normal person plays Mario Kart, and all of a sudden your character will hook it in reverse, like just power brake and just start backing up. And it's because the right Joy-Con is reading as being down. And it only happens in Mario Kart. Like I can't really. I've gotten it to happen in Diablo where my character just starts tumbling for no reason.
Yeah.
But other than that, and it doesn't really bother me all that much. Usually when we play games that require two sets of Joy-Cons, I'll play with that set of Joy-Cons just because I know just every once in a while you just flick the stick up and you're fine.
Yeah.
My neon yellows have never had a problem. So they get the heavy rotation, they get the heavy brunt of the work.
Question for you then.
Mhm.
With your multitude of Joy-Cons, have you ever run into Joy-Cons that don't stick? Like, you know how you can, I don't know what the name of the little little middle part that comes with it, where you can stick your left right when you have it, yeah, docked, of course. Have you run into the issue where if you're playing a game and you press up on your right, it does slide up?
Rarely, but usually games that I play that intensely. First of all, it's only with my first gray set. And Phil, did you freeze?
I think he did.
Oh no, we lost Phil again. All right, well, I'll answer his question. It's only with the gray Joy-Con, and I think it's just normal heavy wear and tear. I use them a lot just carrying around without putting it in cases and stuff. And I think just that first set of Joy-Con, I think, had some design flaws that I think they fixed in later iterations. Because, like I said, I work my neon yellows to the bone, and I've never really had a problem with them. So
yeah, for sure. Kaiser,
So yeah,
any Joy-Con drift?
I can't say that I did. Also, I didn't keep my Switch for very long. Also, I got the
there you
Switch
are.
too early on. I got the Switch. I got the Switch where we had I had Mario Kart and that might have been it. Like, I didn't have any story games to play. I didn't have any games to take my time away. So
You didn't get Breath of the Wild?
mm-mm.
See,
I was like the only one for
that was the
a
hitter
while.
for a long time.
Yeah, it was me. I got it. I guess I should have gotten it. I don't know. But I got Super Mario Odyssey. I don't think I ever beat it. I got tired of it.
That's a hard pass for me, Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Not a fan
Why
of
does
that.
everybody hate Odyssey?
I don't
I don't like Mario.
I still haven't played it, so
it
I
wasn't
don't like
great.
Mario, so it's one of those things where it's like, well, you can't get me.
3D.
look.
It's just
as
one of
far
those things.
as far as 3D platformers goes, Mario is pretty much the pinnacle. So
It is.
if you don't like Mario, you don't really like 3D platformers.
Well, see,
'Cause
and that's what's
Platformers
weird.
shouldn't be 3D.
I agree. I'm in your boat. Although
Yes.
some of them are really good.
Super
Go ahead.
Mario 64.
Super Mario Deluxe, like the one that's on Switch now. I like that. I like the one that was on Wii U. I thought those were cool games.
The
All
2D
that other
ones?
stuff,
Or
yeah, the 2D. I guess they're 2D still technically, but like
They're like
those,
2.5.
yeah.
Oh, I hated those games.
See, I like those because we used to play a drinking game called Savages. Like, so you would play and your
Oh wait,
point
are you
would be
talking about the
before
one where you knock people in the pits?
you can throw people in the
Oh,
pits
yeah,
and
no.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I thought that was cool. But when 3D World or 3D Land or whatever that was
3D
came out, I
World
was
is
like,
the
yo,
one I hate.
I was like, hard pass. You can keep that.
Those games are not fun. The level design in those are so simple, man.
But see, people love Galaxy and stuff like that, and I was like, that's cool. Like, enjoy what you like, but hard pass. I don't like that Mario. I don't like that guy.
Fair.
Odyssey. I don't like that guy.
Okay.
So, okay, that's fair. I mean, we're rounding the corner here, gentlemen, because our time is running short, unfortunately. So, y'all ready for our final topic?
Shoot it! I've been waiting for this all day. Shoot it!
It's the final topic.
I just second.
Okay.
Guys are so out of the loop right now.
You didn't get your electric guitar out, bro? Something's wrong. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So, GameStop. Okay, it doesn't matter if you shop there. It doesn't matter if you don't shop there. This is purely what is essentially happening with the company. And I don't know if you guys have seen this online or not. Phil's getting his cap ready. But GameStop is kind of not doing super good. So what they
That's an
are...
understatement.
Yeah. So they have recently picked up retro games, which I'm cool with, but the prices are sky high, and I'm not going to pay $70 for just a disc or a cartridge. However, they have been discussing at length of closing specific stores down and reopening them as pseudo gamer lounges. So it would be a place where you could go, talk about games, try out some games, maybe buy a soda, maybe buy a.
I need to see the commercial.
I mean, this is where corporate America gets you guys. If you don't sell your stuff, you convert it into some lounge where, I mean, just look at banks. I mean, there are banks that are turning into cafes now because they can't get people to come into the doors. So they need to sell coffee in order to get people to it looks like an Apple store at the bank, okay?
Look, can I take? I want first on this one.
Yeah, Cam, you get dibs. I'll give my thoughts real quick. GameStop is not a place that I really like to go in the first place, and I'm certainly not going to hang out there and buy a soda and talk to other gamers about their games. But those are my thoughts. So Cam, all you.
GameStop is dead. It's dying. And this is not. I'm not stating these things as fact. I'm stating these things purely as my opinion, and they are not based on truth or 100% accuracy. I just know once I personally stopped going to GameStop for my games that it's pretty much dead. I might wander into one every once in a while if I got $30 to throw at some random stuff on the shelves that I think might be interesting. But when you're hemorrhaging money, like just pouring out, it looks like a bloody Quentin Tarantino scene when it comes to GameStop's money. Like, who's going to invest in these things? Like, they're going to need to get some backing. Do you guys remember when they tried to sell themselves last year and nobody bought them?
Yep.
No one was interested. I was like, oof.
Do you know why? It's because game stores in the ilk of GameStop sold out to the point where game stores like GameStop just put themselves in a bad situation. They put themselves in a situation where they were like, all right, we're going to shut down all the mom and pops. It's us. You come to us for everything now. And then they started shelling stuff to us that we didn't even want, like protection plans and cell phones and all this random merch.
Plushie dolls.
Right. Like,
Yeah, they got pops there now.
right. Like,
Hey.
why are they selling? No, okay, I'm not saying all this is bad stuff.
Right, pops
They
are
have some
cool.
good
Pops.
stuff. There's some good plushies that I've bought from GameStop.
Yeah.
But the point is, that's not why we're going to a video game store. So when you're making that the basis of your whole situation, and you're not giving people good money for trades, this is inevitable. Like, they just did not. They created a standard, but they did not change it enough to survive. And I don't foresee this being a very fortuitous thing for them. I think this is just going to make them hemorrhage more money when people don't go to these little shops.
Right.
So I hope that they do well and they can stay afloat, because GameStop is what you think of when you think of video game store. But also, I don't care if they go under.
Yeah.
I don't mind going to a Walmart or a Best Buy or a Target to pick up a game if I want a game.
Yeah.
Or ordering off of Amazon, even though Amazon is just as evil as everybody else, apparently.
Yes.
So
Everybody's evil. That doesn't matter.
that's Cam's 2 cents.
Phil, what you think?
I'm definitely I'm laughing, and this makes me like super happy every time I hear this, just because GameStop was such a trash company to all their customers, and now they're like, "Yo, guys, you guys want to hang out?" Like, just
Right.
that brand. They're the jerk at the party. That's like, "Why is no one drinking?" Well, where you guys going? No, dude, you ruined this years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
They've treated no one but themselves well. Like, imagine coming in with a game that came out 2 weeks ago, and they're like, "Dog, I need $20," but you're still selling it for 60. Like, come on.
Not even their employees.
No, as a former manager, no. Like,
their
I'm
employees
super
hate
happy
it.
hearing this. And then, like, I'm thinking of their retro games, and I'm like, well, retro games are already hard enough to come by, and with GameStop gouging all prices, I can't imagine. Like, I went recently to look for Fire Emblem for GameCube, $158. I was mind blown. Just imagine going to GameStop to get that game. Them dudes are gonna be like, $230, big guy. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, for sure.
With all the damage on it? Yeah, that's
Yes.
actually why it's on cheap.
And that's just the disc. No
Right.
game, or
And
no
a paper.
case, no manual, nothing. Just
Nothing.
Playing off of that, I think that kind of thing is what helped keep the mom and pop stores we still have alive. Is the
Yes.
fact that they are based off of trying to trade games and make a profit. Like, they're not gonna gouge you for something. They're gonna give you it's gonna be expensive, for something like that. If it's $158, the minimum online, they might be like 170 because we
Right.
got to make some money off. Like, I bought it for 50. Let me give it, get it for 170
Right.
off of some. But yeah, that's the reason
They're
why
also
Save Point is so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we
and
have
Save-
shouted
like-
out to them many times. One more time, shout out to Save Point.
But see, they make it fair. Like, when you come in and you're like, yo, I have this super rare game, they're like, oh, crap, okay, cool. We're going to give you super rare game prices. And when you trade that game in, they're like, dude, this we'll give you credit or we'll give you cash. The credit obviously is going to be more, but it'll be like, if a game's, we're going to sell it for 170, we'll throw you $90, $100, dude. And you're like, oh, that's crazy.
100
So
I've
you're not
seen
getting
like
beat over the
120
head.
for like a $160 game.
Yeah,
Just because they wanted it that much. Like, they were like, I'll go higher. I'll throw in a Yoo-hoo.
I remember going and I was trading in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and the store that I took it for at the time, they weren't even selling Xbox games. And I had the one for the original Xbox, the book, the everything. Fantastic condition. And they were like, dude, I'll give you, like, they were like in the system. I don't know. They said they'll get it for you for 70. And the dude behind the counter was like, yeah, but that being said, I'll give you $90 for it right now. Like,
Yeah.
$90.95. And I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. No. Just walk outside with me. And so, like, I walked outside. Dude gave me a smooth $100 and was like, this is so tight. Thank you so much. Oh, my God. It's like, yeah, that's tight. But see, you can...
What did I trade? Oh, the original Xenoblade Chronicles for Wii.
yeah.
Because
That's funny.
they ran such limited pressing of it. I walked into Save Point, and the dude behind the counter paid me cash over what they were supposed to offer me up front for that game, just because he had personally been looking for it.
Yeah.
So
But see, and that's the other part of this that just is so mind-blowing. GameStop, while yes, they hire gamers, they don't really care that you're gamers. Like,
No.
it's one of those companies where it's like, oh, tight, did you play Fallout? And you're like, all right, yeah, I did. They're like, cool, be quiet about it.
Right.
I'm like, whoa.
we got to push these units to Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like, Fallout 76 is a great game. Just tell them it's a great game. And you're like, but it's terrible. It's actually really bad right now. Wait till they patch it. Nah, push it right now. And it's just dumb.
Shell
So,
it.
so right now with them struggling, it's more like a karma situation than anything else. Like, bad marketing aside, they deserve all the recklessness that they have coming to them because they were reckless. They were bad with their customers, and now their customers don't care about them.
Right.
And I've had a lot of people that, to go with you, Cam, they said GameStop's dead. I had a buddy who I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to GameStop and grab something. He was like, wow, you still go there for what? And I was like,
Yeah.
I was just gonna grab it. He was like, nah, we don't do that anymore. And I was like, seriously? He was like, nah, I'll take my money to Best Buy or even Walmart because no, I'm not giving GameStop money when they're not giving me
I
anything.
think it's
in return.
funny because Best Buy is a big box store, but Best Buy treats their gaming customers like GameStop should have treated their gaming customers.
Mhm.
Their program is good. They come out. I mean, their programs come and go. But their programs are great.
Yeah.
Like they give you good stuff for this.
They
things
even
they have.
sell limited run games.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Like,
And-
they treat gamers like they're supposed to. Like GameStop was supposed to do it.
Best Buy treats everybody like their royalty. Like no matter what you're shopping
it's,
for.
I mean, it's the truth. I love
Is
it.
it like the Chick-fil-A of big box stores?
It is.
Yeah.
They're so Kaiser, what do you think about all this GameStop nonsense?
Yo, I stopped going to GameStop. Jeez, 10 years ago. And then,
Wait a minute.
and like, and
10
I
years?
probably maybe not that many. Maybe like
Come on.
you're. I got maybe 5 years. Yeah. But like,
Kaiser's like 100 years ago.
but like,
Adam walked the earth. No
Like-
GameStop for me.
you just hear all these stories. GameStop. I used to work at GameStop. They treated me terribly. I used to do this at GameStop. I shopped at GameStop. They do nothing. Like they don't care about anybody but that dollar. So like, and then with the accessibility of just purchasing a game through my Xbox, why would I go to GameStop just to save a couple bucks? And then with Game Pass now, I feel like Game Pass might be another reason why GameStop is failing, because Game Pass gives you those old games that you might stumble upon, but you stumble upon them on your Xbox instead of having to go somewhere and look through a wall of stuff.
Right.
And then maybe the disc works when you get home.
If you get a disc.
I was done with GameStop when they started trying to sell me something every time I went in. Like, and I know it's not the people that work there, because I know a lot of cool people that work at GameStop or that worked at GameStop, and we would have real good video game conversations. But when their managers were there, or when other people in the store, they had to shell the DLC. They had to, oh, you want to pre-order something? Hey, that's pretty good. You want to try this out? And it's just like, dude, I don't want that. I came here for one reason and one reason only. It's to buy the new amiibo, or to get this new game, or to get this controller. Give me what I want and let me go home. It's that simple.
See, GameStop is weird because their struggle is super transparent. And, like, I started noticing, like, in-store noticing when I went and just to see an old friend from when I, worked there. And I was like, hey, man, how's it going? And he was like, oh, it's tight. You grabbing something? And I was like, nah, I get my stuff digital now. Like, at the time I was looking at Pokemon. And I was like, oh, Pokemon Sword and Shield, the announcement. And he was like, you can pre-order it. And I was like, no, I'm getting it digital straight to the console. And he was like, you can pre-order it straight to the console. I was like, shut up.
You can walk out with a receipt with the digital code on it, Phil. Why would you not do that?
I was like, that's the wildest thing I've ever heard. And he was like, no, it's pretty cool. Honestly, you just load this code. I was like, no. What you're telling me is I have to give you money that I was going to just give to them to get the same code? Nah, they're giving me the same DLC you are, and it'll be on time, and the DLC will work? What?
Yeah, it's
no.
I was done when Fire Emblem Fates came out, and I had pre-ordered Conquest because it was the harder of the two, and I walked in and I was like, I need both of them anyways, so I might as well just pop down for Birthright. And the dude behind the counter, I said, hey man, I know I'm picking up Conquest. Can I also get Birthright? And he like takes a step back and leans back on the counter and does this number, and he goes, nah man, we're out of stock. And I go, but the game came out today. And he was like, did you pre-order it? And I was like, no. And I figured I could just pick it up because it came out today. And he's like, sorry man, we don't have it. And I walked across the street to Walmart and bought it there.
Oh my god. That's what I'm talking about. That's so wild. Like, your name is GameStop. This should be my one-stop shop for games.
Right.
And if at any point I walk in and you go, no, I don't have it because you didn't pre-order it, I should be able to slap you across your face. That's the craziest thing in the world to me. That's like buying an Xbox and getting home and they're like, you didn't pre-order Xbox Live, so you're out. Like, that's so crazy.
You didn't pre-order the controller, so you can't play games.
You're all out of batteries. You didn't pre-order. Like, that's so stupid. No one else has that market. Like, that's so crazy to me.
I'm telling you, man, they're a blockbuster. They did not evolve with the times. The fact that
unimpressive
the fact that a lot of games nowadays, like all the consoles, have their own store you can buy games straight from, and to compound that, one of the major incentives for buying physical games back in the day was, oh, I can beat it in a week and trade it back into GameStop and get 40% of my money back. No, but that's pretty incentivizing. Hey, if I buy this game and beat it in a week, I can half pay for another game. Right. My next game is basically half off as long as I can keep doing that. But when they started being like, oh, you bought God of War last week, I'll give you $5 for it. Yo, for real? For real? For real?
That's what we call in the business booty cheeks.
Didn't you tell my friend when he came in last week that it was, oh, sorry, man, it's sold out. You didn't pre-order it? Mm-hmm. You don't have any copies. How are you just going to give me $5 for something you're going to sell for $57? That doesn't make any sense.
It is so crazy. And another one of the things that I started hearing more and more was they were like, oh, well, we don't get any profit on new games, so we can't really do anything about it. But I remember going to Best Buy, and they had their little $15 thing that you pay for. And they were like, cool, new game, $48. And I was like, wait, seriously? It's $64 at GameStop? And they were like, no, $48. You're one of
same thing.
You're one of our members. And I was like, yo, if you don't shut up, dude. And he was like, seriously. Yeah. Brand new, still in the wrapping, $48. I was like, pre-owned at GameStop is $53. That's why am I going there?
If you pre-order off of Amazon, again, another evil company, Amazon will give you 10% off of major games if you pre-order.
And most of the time you get a $10 credit towards your Amazon account.
It's $10 credit basically. And a lot of times when I've ordered from Amazon, it got there early. Yeah. So
Amazon evil. I can respect everyone saying Amazon's evil, but when I hit those dudes up, they come through kind of strong.
Yeah, it come through majorly strong.
When I say 48 hours, them dudes are 30 hours in. Hey man, is you? Yeah, it's me. Thank you.
And they got that new thing if you're a Prime member where you can do the no rush shipping and you get a $5 credit towards things.
I no rush everything. Everything.
I'll see you tomorrow.
You get your $80 back in 40 purchases.
Because of the nature of the math.
That sounds awful.
40%. You joke, but no, I did the no rush one time and ended up buying a whole box of snacks from the Prime Pantry, just a box of snacks with the $15 that I had because the Prime Pantry stuff was on sale and my stuff went toward it, and I was like, hey, let me get, I forgot what it, a tripod or something. And then I was like, and let me get some Cheez-Its and some Pringles. And I had they shipped me a box this big, and it was just full of snacks. And I was
it's normally next day with the Prime Pantry. It's super fast.
Not only that, but with the no rush shipping, it doesn't mean you are necessarily going to get it any slower because it was you'll get it in 7 or 8 days. And 4 days later, it showed up on my doorstep.
Yeah.
With all my snacks, and I was like, bet.
16 purchases, by the way.
Did you do the math?
Yeah.
That was another thing with GameStop. They were like, well, we have our online where you can order from our back catalog. And I was like, okay, cool, let me try it out. So when I bought Digimon Cyber Sleuth, the first one, they were like, well, we don't have it at any stores in North Carolina. So what we can do is we can send it to your house from the store. And I was like, cool. And they were like, do you want to pay for 2-day shipping? I was like, how much? They were like, $20 extra. I was like,
yep,
I was like, you know what?
That's insane.
I was like, you know what? I want the game. Fine. I'll try it out. Cool. No problems. 3 weeks later, my game came in. 3 weeks. I was like, yo, can I get my $20 back? Oh, we don't know. I don't see on the receipt. I was like, oh, shut up. This is crazy. I could have got this on Amazon for $14. It'd have been here the next day. It'd have been in my mailbox, GameFly style. I was so mad. I'm so happy that they're having these issues, and it just makes me feel good. As a it's supposed to be a bad
consumer of gamers, yes. As somebody who feels exploited, doubly exploited for you because you work.
I worked there. Yeah, I worked there, and they did crazy stuff. And it just the more you see them struggle, the more it's like, dude, I wish I could give you advice, but I wouldn't give you good advice. I would give you Like the worst advice.
I would pile.
Just
You know what you
into
should
the
do?
ground.
You should buy Blockbuster.
Double down on that, honestly. Like they'll come back.
Man. GameStop should have given up on game physical copies and just like switched over, like sell like PC parts, PC accessories, console accessories. Just
But that would've-
focus on that.
Meant that they evolved. They were too busy rolling in dough from their original idea and
what I
shutting
was
down
saying.
mom and pop. So
But that's the only way
Sorry.
they could have instead of
you
float.
cut you guys cut out. I think my internet like screwed up for a
Mine
minute
did
there.
too.
So.
So
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just me. I was like, again. With the
I think we
computer.
all entered the Matrix for a second and came
Yeah.
right back out. But
GameStop
yeah,
put that hiccup.
I mean, that's the way the news goes with business. I mean, the way the news goes. But yeah, I mean, if you treat your people like trash, if you treat your customers like trash, you're gonna wind up being trash yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Just feels good. God, it
All
just
right.
does.
So that's episode 9 of the TCP podcast, guys. How y'all feel? You feel good?
Yeah.
feel good.
Oh,
You feel good?
Were we
Especially good right now. Like, this is great.
Yeah.
Do we have a sponsor for this episode? Because I know we didn't for the last episode.
So today's sponsor is vanilla ice cream.
Mm.
I don't know. Actually, today's sponsor is what'd you name the cricket?
Terry.
Terry the cricket.
Yeah,
who is
Terry, gang, gang.
running around Cam's room right now. Terry the cricket is our sponsor for tonight.
I'm looking because I still haven't seen him. He has not reappeared.
He's around.
I told you, Terry's under the couch, chilling. At the end of the episode, he's going to pop out and play the theme music, and that's how we're going to leave.
That's
I
right.
chased him behind the couch and he disappeared.
So yeah, everybody, that's episode 9. Our sponsor is Terry the cricket.
Ooh, chirp, 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 Terry.
Chirp,
Yeah.
that's right. Do us a favor, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Cricket Party. Hit us up on Facebook. You can find us if you just search The Cricket Party as well. We definitely also, we have an online presence with YouTube. We do other fun things there.
Working on some new short, fun content for you guys. So
Yeah, absolutely.
be on the lookout.
Yeah,
Be on the
definitely.
lookout.
All sorts of fun stuff coming soon. We've got Twitch stuff with Kaiser, as well as the other guys. My internet's too slow for that. We have Mario Maker Mondays coming up, and we also, we have more content coming. So be sure to subscribe and hit that little notification bell on YouTube. And I'm your host Mackay.
And I'm Phil.
Old man Cam.
And it's been Kaiser.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for listening.